Welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and today Claude and I are going to try putting a tire tube on a machine without taking it off the lawnmower itself. It takes sometimes two people to do it. So the first thing is trying to get the tire out far enough to get the tube to go around the rim. And you got to make sure that your valve stem is pointing in the right direction when you're doing this. It's not an easy task for one person, but the idea of how much damage we could do to the actual rim and the rear axle would be worse than what we're doing it this way. As you can see, we keep turning the tires to get a better look, try to get more down in. Of course, it doesn't help that it's 14 degrees out, and UPS dropped the tube off last night outside, so I had to put it on the wood stove just to get it warmed up this morning before we could even try this. So now we've got it inside. Now we just got to take and get the valve stem to line up. And that takes a little bit of maneuvering. Sometimes you have to keep moving that rim around, or that tube around, so you can feel it and then try to bring it up in. Right now the valve stem is close to where it should be in the rim, but the tube is still getting in its way. So Claude is pushing the tube back, trying to get the valve stem to come through. You gotta be careful when you're doing this that you don't pinch the new tube and ruin it. This is not a job to be in a hurry. And of course, it's a lot easier if you're doing it if you can get the rim off, where you can set it on the floor and get it all set. But with this machine, we ended up putting the snowblower on it, taking the mower deck off, doing some repairs to the snowblower unit, doing a complete service on this, and this is the last thing that we need to get done to take it back to our customer today. This is a new customer for us. They got a hold of us and they said that they tried getting the rim off, so we were worried about the worst being happening to the rim, because we've seen where people have taken hammers and bars and just peened it right over that and ruined rims. What we have left to do here is we need to get this tire and tube in place and get the chains on it. Yeah, be careful too, because it can be a finger pincher, especially if your hands are cold. See, I just reached in there and got the valve stem to come through. Now, one of the things you have to be careful of when you put a new tube into a tire is that you don't inflate it too fast. You want to give it time to start working its way around. So now we're going to pop the rest of the tire back on. Be careful that you don't pinch the tube in the process. So the tools that we're using are specialized tools that are just for mounting and dismounting tires. We've got all different sizes. We even have a tire machine here in the shop. But we can't do the lawnmower tires because they're not big enough. We'll pop right on here. Now see back on.
I'm gonna put the tire chains on while it's flat.
Now Claude has got a special tool to hook onto the valve stem. I'm just going to stick a set of needle nose pliers to hold the valve stem in place so that when you're inflating it doesn't get sucked back in.
I got the end of it. Huh? I got the end.
You got it in?
Yeah, I got the end here. Yeah.
So he's putting it in a little bit at a time. He's giving it time to swell so that the tube can reorient itself inside the tire. If not, you can get it so that it's not in the proper position.
Do it all at once. Launch that valve stem before.
There she just popped. So now we're going to take it back out again as far as letting the air back out. And that's just taking the valve stem out with the tool. Now we're going to make room and get the tire chains on. The best way to mount tire chains, guys, on a lawnmower is deflate the tire, put your chains on, and then inflate it, and that way they're good and snug and tight. If you try to do it when they're full of air, you can't get them tight enough. And with tire chains, you always hook the inside first, as snug as you can get it, and then the outside has got the turnbuckle that you can tighten her down.
Should be able to take this back today.
Yeah, just call it 2 minutes here. Catching before you go to
Check
work.
cash or zero.
Nobody there catching before he goes to work.
Like I say, if you see us with the farm stuff, you'll see us letting out air on farm tractor tires as well and getting the tire chains on and then inflating them back up to proper PSI. You would just want to make sure they're good and snug. You don't have to really tighten them, because you're going to inflate the tire, which is going to cause it to swell anyways and take up any loose slack that you had. Now we'll put the valve stem back in it, get it blown up. We already got the other side done. This one here we couldn't, because we had to wait for the tube to come in last night. If you're unsure what tire pressure you should be running, it should tell you right on the tire itself what the recommended pressure is. And when you inflate it back up the second time, you want to take and move the valve stem around a little bit as it's starting to inflate, because you have air inside between the tube and the tire, and that's got to escape, or it'll give you a misread on the actual pressure that's in the tire. So what Claude's doing right now is letting the air out. What we're trying to show you is that it's not a super big job. You just got to take your time.
Yeah,
And with anything you get in a hurry, it's going to, you know, it always takes more time when you're in a hurry, because you end up making mistakes. So now we're going to check the pressure in the tire, and then we're going to drop her down, and she's going to be going home. So on that note, thanks so much guys for watching our videos, and if you can like, subscribe, and share, it'd be great. And we'll continue to try to put out more video like this to help you guys out. On that note, you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.